Okay, I have been thinking about this for the longest period of time and I think I got this done. I feel like I have settled Apep with probably the fastest setup that I can manage right now with whatever resources that I have, with the limited resonances that I also have on all of my espers. So, without further ado, let's see how we do. Please, please, please let this work. Please let this work. One win. Come on. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Oh, no. No, not the loss. Okay, 90%. I will still take it. I thought about this for the entire day. But let me explain how this setup works. And it is not super pay to win. Trust me on this, it is not super pay to win. The only thing that is probably pay to win is the fact that you need some really good relics. But that's about it. So if you have the espers, then you're Gucci, right? That's about it. Alright, so let me explain how this works, and I'll show you the relics as well as the skills, and I will show you a manual run, so to speak. I will not manually play it, but I'll just stop it along the way so that I can explain what's exactly happening before I show you the full auto run. So let's start off with the skills and the relics. So as you can see, Brewster, he is currently at R1 because R2 is not necessary for this current setup. If you have him at R2, you can definitely tweak this team a bit to make it a little bit different because he is going to function a little bit better at R2. But for where he's at right now with no skill ups and less than R2, he is still going to be perfect for us. So as you can see, these are just his stats. Decent speed, like about plus 57. So the rest goes into attack, crit damage, and you don't need full crit rate on him. It is not essential at all. I think 85% is good enough. And of course, just a little bit of accuracy, and that's about it. But not all the espers here need 85% accuracy. Some of them need 100%, and I'll explain as well. So next esper on the line is going to be Embla, who is also a star of the show, but do take note that you do not need her to be R2. You can definitely use her at R0, it's perfectly fine, it's the same thing. So here are her stats, so she's a little bit speedier. So the reason for that is because I need her to take the first turn to land one of her debuffs so that the rest of my espers can keep up the attacks. And of course on top of that, she also has a defense break over here, which is very, very important to land. So just a lot of crit damage, a lot of attack power, and you don't need full crit rate on her as well. I think you only need 85%. Yeah, you only need 85% crit rate, which means that this is 10% above what is needed. So you can just slightly tweak it along the way, right? So 85% crit rate, I think that's enough for her. And also do take note that it's essential for you to full skill her up so that she can rotate better or rotate the right way. Then next we have Sender, and as you can see, Sender is slightly slower than Embla here, right? But the thing is, he can be faster, it's fine. It's just that him being slower means that my defense break is going to land first, which means he's going to deal damage based on the defense break, which is very helpful. So the way that you want to build him is just, very average DPS kit, right? So full crit rate, this is very important for your Sender. He needs to have full crit rate because of the second wave, which I'll explain as well. Oh wait, sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. As you can see, there's a reason why she has light runes. And the reason for that is because if any of her multi-hits is going to land 4 stacks of poisons on herself. Now the thing is, we need to make sure that this skill does not land 4 stacks of poison on herself because the boss is going to counter attack and kill her in one hit. So that we want to avoid as much as possible, at least for the first attack. And now moving on to Stewart. So as you can see, his stats also just pure DPS stats, right? But what you must understand that he is also the slowest esper on this lineup so that he attacks last and he conserves his third skill for the second wave so that he can one-shot one of the enemies over there. And apart from that, he needs to have the nether set as well for lifesteal. And this is extremely important because his third skill, which he will use on the second wave, will eat 25% of his current HP. Which means that when we are using Abigail, Abigail would thus prioritize buffing him on the third wave because he has lower HP. So that's how Abigail's AI works, and that's something that we need to avoid, which means we definitely need the nether set on him. That is very important. And finally, we have Abigail here, who is just slightly speedy, but most importantly, she needs to have a lot of HP, and that is about it, because the HP is very important for her shield. This shield is going to protect you from Apep's attack, and this is going to come right before he uses his fire breath or whatever, right? His passive counter attack. So in terms of relics, it's just simply wind and growth. They changed the names again. Okay, so I'm gonna run this on semi-auto, which means I'm just gonna stop it along the way just to explain what's happening. So Abigail is gonna buff at the start, right? She's gonna buff Brewster because that's her priority because everyone has full HP here. So Brewster is gonna use his third skill, take out any one of them. Anyone will die. And then Embla will use her third skill as well, take out anyone as well. And then Sender will follow up to use his third skill, boom, and kill something like that. So that is the first wave done. And now on to the second wave. This is where we need to buff up. right? Just like that. And now we are going to prioritize the guy in the middle. This is automatic because he is wind type, which means all of our infernal types will naturally prioritize the wind type Esper over here. So as you can see, second skill, and then sender second skill, and then yeah, our second skill as well. So now in this state, it's okay for Abigail to just normal attack. It's fine. She's not going to eat into any of her buffs, which is very essential for the next wave. So something like that, right? And it's also very important that she takes a turn here because she needs to lower this second skill's cooldown to 2 turns so that on the next wave, after she uses her third skill again, her second skill will actually be active and ready for her to buff my team. So it's very important that she is slightly more than twice as fast as Stewart so that she can take this opportunity to land an attack to reduce her own cooldown. So that now when Stewart uses his third skill to kill this guy, boom. And we do not need a defense break at all. Okay, even the defense break misses, it's still perfectly fine because we can still do about 50k and that's going to take the Esper out. So yeah, Stewart needs 100% accuracy. And similarly over here, Sender needs 100% accuracy so that his third skill will always crit. Something like that, right? And now we move on to the boss wave. Okay, and now you will see why having the light set is so important for Embla. So we're going to start off with the buff, and as you can see, our second skill is almost ready because we attacked one more time in the second wave, right? So we can auto here, buff up our Brewster, and he's actually going to use his first skill because he is not max skilled. And why I like this, I actually like this, okay? I like the fact that he is not max skilled so that he will not use his third skill. Because his first skill actually has a chance... I accidentally pressed the attack, but he is going to use his first skill. His first skill has a chance of landing a defense break, which is something that will definitely help our DPS output. So I actually like that a lot. So in my opinion, right, I feel like I would like to max out his first skill so that he has a 100% proc chance on his defense break as opposed to the other skills. But of course I can't choose, but that would be a priority for me if I were to choose. And now it will be Embla's turn, and unfortunately we don't have a defense break, but she has a defense breaks on her kit as well. So we have 2 layers of defense breaks over here, right? But on top of that, because of the light set that she has on herself, what you notice is that she will not be debuffed at all. See? No poison debuffs at all whatsoever. And then yeah, I think my Sender attacked afterwards. So now, as you can see, Apep is almost going to counter attack because he has 3 more hits left, which means right now is the time that Abigail needs to buff up, and she will. So she buffs up like that, and here Stewart just uses his second skill to do some damage, which is pretty cool, right? Good DPS. And now Sender takes another turn, and he uses his third skill to do massive damage, like that, right? And now this is when Abigail just uses a normal attack and triggers the boss to counter attack. Something like that. Right, something like that. And what you notice is that none of my Espers died. And yes, and that is so important. It's so important that Embla did not have the 4 stacks. If not, she certainly would have died at that counter attack. Definitely. But because she survived, she was able to use her second skill, and then, you know, afterwards she can just perish. It's totally fine because from here on, it's a free kill, just like that. Right? Done. GG. So that's about it. So obviously this run is gonna be like super freaking long because I stopped it many times, but we're gonna do a full auto run just to see how it looks like. Okay, so we're gonna retry and we're gonna run this on full auto. Okay, so let's see how this works. Right, 1 kill, another kill here, and the 3rd kill. So that's the wave 1 done. And do take note that this team is, like I said, right, you don't need a lot of investment into your Espers. I mean, apart from just your equipments, right? Apart from your equipments, you don't need like extra copies of any of your Espers. Nothing like that. GG, same thing, right? So now we are on to the boss wave, and hopefully we land the defense break with Brewster's first skill. Okay, great, we got a defense break, which means we will do a little bit more damage. Just a little bit more damage than before. And now we 3rd skill, boom! Look at that, the boss is almost dead, left 4%. So actually we could probably speed this up by making sure that we killed at that one specific moment by just increasing our DPS a little bit so that we cover the extra 4%, which could come in the form of resonances because that will increase our base stats. So our base attack and all that will go up as well. So yeah, this is the run. This is how it looks like. So 46 seconds, 23 turns. This is actually my fastest timing, and it's not a timing that I can beat. So this is like the optimal run for now until I can increase my damage output by the extra 4%. And that is basically it for my fast Apep 16 run right now. And yeah, 90% win rate, I would definitely take it. I'm very happy about it, and I think it's well worth the effort because at the end of the day, right, even if I fail once, it's just gonna be 1 stamina out of what, 149 stamina, which is really not much. No, it's not even 149, right? It's 135. Yeah, 1 stamina out of 135. It's not much. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Dislyte content. Why did I pause? Why did I pause on that? Anyway, this has been Dairy Free to Play, and as always, I will see you in the next video.